Greetings, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Kickin' It with Kate. Today we have a very special guest. We've got Tim Robinson with us today. He, after 43 years of work with Manitoba Hydro as the manager of IT security and information management, retired 6 years ago. He's an avid golfer and traveler. He's been married to his wife Linda for 37 years, and he is a super cat dad to Jackie Brown. Welcome to Kicking It with Kate, Tim. It's great to see you.
Thanks, Kate. Nice to be here.
So your world turned upside down in 2016 with a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease. Unfortunately, can you tell us a little bit about how that changed your life and what you've been doing to manage your symptoms?
Okay. But in a lot of ways, it really turned my life upside down. I wasn't planning for it to have Parkinson's, obviously. The change I guess it made me focus on was really what are my Parkinson's symptoms and what exercises can I do to manage those symptoms so that I could live the kind of life that I wanted to live in retirement. So Parkinson's really, in a lot of ways, affects your coordination, your balance, probably strength. So I really had to review my exercise program and get myself trained like Kate to help me put together a program that would allow me to manage my symptoms as best as I could and allow me to live the kind of life that I want to live through travel and golf and still be quite active and not have Parkinson's impede my life. Obviously it did, but I wanted to try and minimize the effect of the symptoms as best I can. And really the current thinking is exercise is one of the best things you can do to deal with Parkinson's. So I really focus on that quite a bit, even more so than I have in the past.
Yeah. And really, I have to say that what you've done is inspiring. So basically, since we've been working together, and it's interesting because when I asked you, I was like, okay, what's your schedule? Like, when can we fit in workouts? And the email you sent me with the list of things that you were doing was unbelievable. It was incredible. So you've got your physio and your massage to kind of help manage some of your symptoms and just to keep your body moving as anybody should do, but also doing dance workouts and some boxing workouts to help with your coordination and agility, which is amazing. And then on top of that, you wanted to get in some strength training workouts, which is where I kind of try to help you out. And then also doing some activities such as painting and singing. So painting a little bit more to deal with fine motor control, and then singing, which is such an interesting way to keep your lungs strong and your throat muscles strong. So, how do you, because I ask people how they manage to fit activity into their daily life, but you're juggling 8 different activities. So, how do you prioritize and schedule those in a way that fits for you?
Um, I guess the management of my Parkinson's has become this really my center focus. Everything else revolves around that. My medication, my meals, where I go, what I do is really focused around my exercise and when I schedule my exercise. I guess the thing I would say is with because of the variety of exercise, no one type of exercise will manage your Parkinson's symptoms. You really have to do a number of different things to deal with the different kind of symptoms you get from Parkinson's. So that's why I have such a variety of exercises. And I think I guess exercise brings me joy. Like I really enjoy working out and I work out with other people with Parkinson's. So there's a group synergy and the energy of working with people who are dealing with the same symptoms that I am. And really the group energy really motivates me and helps me, deal with what I'm facing, I guess, and I help them. Um, so I guess I look at my week, I try and fit in my schedule and juggle it all and get my trainer to change her schedule for me to really make sure I do something each week in the different areas that I want to tackle my Parkinson's, whether it's coordination or balance or my lung capacity, how loud I speak, all those things. So I've identified a number of exercises or types of exercise that really benefit me, and I make sure as best I can, I try and fit a little bit of everything in each week, and that I guess my whole week kind of revolves around those exercise periods, and it has to because that's the best way you can deal with Parkinson's, I think, is really through exercise.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted approach, and it really seems to be working for you, not just from a physical perspective, but also just having that social interaction and getting out to classes and being with other people who may be in a similar situation, but also working on some of those smaller areas or things that you wouldn't necessarily think of. So it's a super balanced approach that you've got, and it would serve anybody well. to have that kind of balance and be inspired to do all those different types of activities. So keep it up, Tim, and I will keep adjusting my schedule for you as long as you need. That
Thanks,
being
Kate.
said, how, if I ask you what your favorite exercise is, so we've got some programming, I know you've got a whole bunch of different things, and you can choose anything. If you have a favorite exercise, whether it's in your workouts that we do together or any of your other activities, I'm always curious what your favorite exercise is.
Well, that's a tough question. I think there's more than one thing. I really
Okay.
enjoy the weight training, the exercise you've given me because
Yeah.
it's a really a different kind of program and there's some variety to it and it's not your typical traditional go to the gym, pump iron kind of stuff. It's it's really hits me I guess a variety of perspectives of challenging my balance, challenging my coordination, helping my strength. And so it's really interesting and challenging. So your workouts are one of my favorite things, Kate.
Oh geez, the whole workout. I love it. I love the like free reign to go ahead and give you
Yeah,
whatever exercises.
can't
Do
wait.
you have a least favorite exercise? Does anything spring out at you?
Um, I hate burpees.
Okay, a lot of people don't like burpees. Have we ever done burpees?
No, but they do in my boxing class. My
They
boxing class,
are, yeah, they are an easy way to get your heart rate up for sure, and you'll find them in many fitness classes. I'm not saying I've never given burpees to a client, but in general, I tend to break down the things that you could get from doing a burpee into a similar or a more simple movement that's just makes more sense for the people that I'm working with. Travel wise, do you have, because you've been all over the world, I don't want to like lead you in any direction, but of all the places that you've been, do you have a destination that you've been to that you would recommend that's maybe your favorite destination?
I would recommend Africa to anybody.
Yeah.
I've been to Tanzania, I've also been to South Africa. It's an amazing place to go to. It's different than any other place you go to in the world. It's great to see the animals in their natural habitat, free to roam around and just the wide open spaces and just a beautiful, beautiful country, a
Yes.
beautiful continent, I guess. And so I would recommend, I've been to Tanzania and I've been to South Africa, and I would recommend either one of those places to anybody to go and spend 3 or 4 weeks there and just have a fantastic time.
Okay. And you're quite the traveler, so this is really good advice for anyone who's listening who wants kind of a new destination to look into. Future destinations, because I know you've always got trips in the works. Is there something that is on your bucket list that you'd like to get to in the next few years?
Well, we want to go to France. Never been to France. I think it'd be a very interesting place to go to. One of the things we're planning to do is take a trip down the canals in a smaller boat that's sleep, I guess about 6 people, and we go from town to town along the canals. So that's part of the trip, and then go into the wine region and drink lots of wine, eat great food, and then have to come back and work it all off.
It
So
sounds like this trip is coming sooner rather than later, given the extent that you've already started planning
2020,
some of your
2024.
itinerary. Awesome.
I can tell you my ideal place to go to, but nobody wants to go with me. Is I would really like to go to Antarctica. I think that would be a really cool place to go to, but the rest of the group won't have anything to do with it. So
I
it's probably
have heard that you can hit golf shots in Antarctica. There is some tour that allows you to do so. So
okay.
maybe you can add that to your bucket list.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Tim Robinson. Have yourself an excellent day.
Thanks, Kate. Appreciate the time.